So what exactly is Cordoba Academy? This is a very important question to answer. We're an educational resource center. What is that? How is that different than, for example, a private school? Well, a private school will give you, example, an institution based on a set curriculum and provide you with a set objective in terms of learning, right? And an educational resource center says that you come to us and we find out how we can provide knowledge, how we can disseminate information, how we can give academics, or what else it is your children need. When you sign up to a school, a public school or a private school, they're saying to you, this is our curriculum. You're going to come into that stream and you're going to swim with us. With an educational research center, we're saying that your child may need X, Y, Z, but not A, B, right? And so we want to provide them with X, Y, Z and not worry about A, B because they're already getting that somewhere else. An educational resource center also reaches out to parents and says, okay, this is the things that we're seeing. These are some of the learning things that we can see and beneficial things for your children, and that we feel that you can implement these things to give your children better outcomes. Cordoba Academy is also a hybrid academy. And what this means is that we operate both in person and online. In person is when we're at our facility, when we have instruction. And this is a very important aspect of it because it creates a sense of community. It fosters, friendship. It fosters love and tarbiyah, as we call it, right? Etiquettes, manners. We teach these things in person. A hybrid system means that sometimes throughout the week or even throughout the day, when there is no need to be in person, we can still disseminate the information using technology. And technology is such an important part of the modern world. Technology is such an important part of the 21st century skill sets that students need. That is very important that we're able to teach them how to use technology responsibly. We're also a part-time preschool and kindergarten because we believe that education starts from a young age. However, we also believe that to take children and to put them 8 hours from the age of 3 or 4 in an institution removed from their parents is also not the most healthy thing. We have not seen any studies that show that that is more beneficial than them being with parents. Rather, we have seen that studies have shown that children who stay with their parents develop a stronger bond with their parents, and children who stay with their parents in a healthy home environment actually outperform those that are away from it, right? So we will talk more about why and what we have achieved with our preschool kindergarten part-time model a little bit later in the slides. A quality education program providing the best possible learning experience. This is what we strive to do with your children. We want to give them the best possible learning experience with the resources that we have available to us. We want to give them Islam in a way in which they can understand it. It's relevant to them in the modern context, and it also builds and instills love of Allah and Rasul in them. This is very important for us. We want to give them English, which is according to their level, which allows them to be more confident in their speech, and which also will allow them to be good writers. We want to give them math that is foundational, that will allow them to go on later in life and pursue whichever avenue they want, whether it's business, whether it's science, anything. So we want to also give them, on top of that, extracurricular activities, field trips, science labs, workshops, those things which will help them to increase their knowledge and give them skills that are relevant to them when they go out into the world. Cordoba Academy is, alhamdulillah, blessed with very experienced learning coaches dedicated to your children's academic success. Our staff have combined over 30 years of experience working with children, at least. Some vary, between, most on average, about 5 to 10 years working with children. We are dedicated. Our teachers and our faculty have been chosen with the core principle that they're doing this because they love to do this. They're doing this because they love children. They're doing this because they want to be part of the child's learning experience in life. They're doing this not just as a hobby. They're doing this as a passion. They're doing this as something that they have dedicated themselves to doing. That has translated into excellence amongst the relationships between our students and our teachers as well. And then one thing we're very proud of is that we have a spiritual board, which is comprises of classically trained ulama. So these are the scholars that have actually studied Islam under Islamic guidance and scholarship, have Muslim or Sanad, have our Musnad scholars. They have their tariqah, they have their tradition going back to Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and everything is sabit, everything is affirmed through the Quran and the Sunnah. They ensure that our guiding force and our guiding principles are always compliant with Sharia.